Hey, what's up, stock compounders? Brad here. So today I want to call out a couple of the really bigger YouTubers, YouTube creators in the investing space. They've put out a couple videos recently that I think is not serving their audience. And, I get why they're doing it. Investing, intelligent investing, is not exciting, guys. Okay? And it's really tempting as a YouTuber to make videos about things that are exciting, right? Obviously, we want to grow our channels, we want to engage people. But, there's been, I'll say who they are, Ryan Scribner and Financial Education Jeremy. I've seen a couple videos, it feels like within the last month, where they're talking about penny stocks, really risky stocks, and talking about how they've put money in them. And I think in these videos they even mention, that I realize this is speculative. I'm only putting a small amount of money in this, but still, I think it does their audience a disservice. Okay. And like I said in my last video, it's a really slippery slope when you start to go after stocks that you think have the potential to double, triple, 5x within a month or even a few weeks. That is a very dangerous game to play. I can remember Financial Education Jeremy talking about, I think just a couple years into investing, he decided to invest on margin, right? Because things were going so well. And he thought, well, if I can just, borrow a little money for my investing, I can really juice my returns. And, he made a video about how, it was a terrible idea. He lost a bunch of money because he was investing on margin. And obviously, when you invest on margin, you magnify your gains, but you also magnify your losses. And in order to reach the promised land as investors, we need to stay in the game, okay? And really have realistic expectations about what our returns should be or could be. And so when I see really big YouTubers in the space, in the investing space, talking about how they're buying these really risky stocks, I have a problem with that. And I feel like I need to speak up against that. From their perspective, they don't have a lot to lose, right? They're only putting a small amount of money, percentage-wise, into these companies. And they make a lot of money on YouTube. And they make even more money on YouTube if they make videos on stocks that are trending, right? If a lot of people are searching for specific companies, and stocks that are volatile, stocks that are penny stocks, SPACs, these tiny stocks that have a lot of potential. There's a lot of people searching for those. There's a lot of traders kind of searching for that stuff on YouTube. And so they know, well, if I make a video about this and I use this hot stock as a keyword, I'm going to get a lot more views. And so, anything I lose buying this really speculative stock, I'm going to make back by the increase in my views, the increase in my revenue from ads. That's kind of how I see the behind the scenes with the thought process from these YouTubers. But guys, it pains me to see these videos and how much traction they get, because I really think it's, like I said, doing investors a disservice. And I think, as leaders in the community, YouTube creators that just have a lot of clout on the platform, we have a responsibility to share good information, to share sound investment principles to people who don't necessarily know much about investing. And I just got a comment from one of my subscribers today about Kodak. I've been posting a few videos about Kodak. And his comment was, and it's a great comment, it's very timely, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient, okay? From the impatient gamblers, the folks who are trying to get rich quick, to the patient kind of long-term investors, which I think of as the value investors, the intelligent investors, the disciples of Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Monish Pabrai, Seth Klarman. There's a lot of very famous value investors who, following those principles that were laid down by Ben Graham and people who came after him, they were able to, generate high rates of return over many years. High rates being, in the ballpark of 20% annual returns. They didn't get rich by, 10xing their money in a month. That's one of those things that, it happens, which is why the idea is alive and well. It's exciting because it's possible. It's possible. It's possible to win the lottery, right? Someone has to win the lottery. But it's really not it's not a reliable path to financial freedom. So and to follow that, that Warren Buffett quote, device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient, this commenter said, anyone who makes money on these quick wins is just as likely to lose it the exact same way. And like I said in my past video, in my opinion, they're even more likely to lose it because they think, oh, it's easy, right? It's easy to make money in stocks like Kodak, right? I just have to find the next Kodak. And then you double down, you keep betting more and more, thinking, oh, this game is easy. And then you use leverage, and then one day it doesn't work, right? Your bet doesn't work, and you lose everything. And potentially you lose more than everything. There have been a number of Robinhood trader stories about how these people on Robinhood using margins account went dramatically negative, dramatically in debt because they were borrowing money to invest. So, really the definition of gambling, gambling is a net present value negative activity. The odds are against you, okay? It doesn't mean you're going to lose every hand. You can win hands. You can win multiple hands. But over the long run, if you're gambling, you're going to lose. You're not going to get to where you want to be. Investing, kind of the definition of investing that I like, investing is a net present value positive activity. Okay, so the odds are in your favor that your chances of making money are greater than your chances of losing money. And it's really the value investing approach. It's really about valuing businesses. What is this share of stock actually worth based on what the underlying business is doing? What is it earning? What is it projected to earn moving forward? So, and then buying with a margin of safety. So you determine the value of a share of stock and you pay less, okay? And it's not all that often that you're going to be able to do that you're going to be able to pay significantly less than what a share of stock is worth. I mean, in the market today, it's very difficult to find shares that are trading at a substantial discount from what they're worth based on what the business is doing, the financials of the business. But that's okay. That's also where the patience comes in. If you're buying individual stocks, having the patience to wait until it's a compelling buy. There's a margin of safety. It's selling at a big enough discount so that your chances of losing money are very low. That's the whole game. And investing, really the core tenet of investing is not losing money, okay? If you can invest in a way, if your investment approach creates opportunities where your chances of losing money are very low, making money virtually takes care of itself if you can avoid losing money. And it's not sexy, it's not exciting. Monish Pabrai likens it to watching paint dry, okay? If you were to go and watch Monish Pabrai invest for a month or 3 months or 6 months, he's mostly just reading, okay? There's nothing exciting about it, unless, understanding businesses excites you. For a lot of people, that doesn't. Seeing prices wiggle around excites them. Seeing their shares of stock jump 10x in a couple days excites them. So again, that's part of what makes it difficult to talk about stocks. As a YouTuber, it can be challenging to keep it interesting and exciting without dipping over into the speculative arena, the gambling arena. The way I do it, I cover stocks that get a lot of traction, have a lot of people searching for them, like Kodak. I mean, there's been a ton of people searching for information about Kodak the last couple of days. And so I put some videos out about Kodak. But I was honest about Kodak. I was upfront. Hey, I think this is a terrible investment, okay? It went up 22 times from, Monday until its high on Wednesday. I still think it's a terrible investment. It's there's no, it doesn't have good bones. There's no solid foundation to this business, okay? Companies like that can win in the short term. They can win in the 1, 2, 3 day, couple week time frame. But again, I think that's a very dangerous game. So I just want to challenge Ryan Scribner and Financial Education Jeremy to really remind themselves what got them to where they are, okay? In terms of following these core sound investment principles that really help them grow their channels. And I just want to encourage them to be aware of, if they're going to cover these speculative stocks and tell people that they're putting money into them, just really be conscious of, how that's impacting people's financial education, their investment journey. Because I think, those big YouTubers, they have a lot of power. And I hope they use it responsibly. I'll leave it at that, guys. Let me know what you think of this topic of big YouTubers kind of chasing the hot stocks and trying to ride that bandwagon. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. And I want to vow to you guys, I'm never going to put out information that I think is dangerous for your investment portfolio or your development as an investor. That I want to vow that to you. So I hope you take that to heart. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care.